You know, driving in here, oh, day 5 by the way. Driving in here, I run across something I ain't seen, and I don't reckon I've ever seen hardly any at all before. Oh, we got a possum by the way, and double pin set. That one's untouched. This one's got a bigger possum. It's about average. Anyways, I ran across about, I don't know, two bird hunters, I guess. Seen 3 this year. I ain't never seen them before in my life on these management areas. There just wasn't no quail really in the past. And they still really ain't. But I've hunted all over this management. I've stomped the brawlers. I've been all over this. And the only spot I've ever jumped up quail is where I seen one group of bird hunters at. And I stopped and talked to them for a little bit. And man, they had a trained dog out there, and they didn't jump up or see the first quail. So, and it's because of guys like this is why that's happening. They eat a lot of eggs. Possum eat a lot of eggs. Coon will eat them. Basically, all your predatory animals, all these ground nesting birds, will really hurt them, really screw them up. Now, granted, they're not the only thing causing that. But I mean, years ago, I've heard the stories of old timers talking about you could go out and anybody could go out in their backyard and see 20 quail and just take one shot and have enough supper for, you know, a couple of days. Used to old timers talk about going out and hunting hedgerows, and it wasn't nothing for them to kill a sack full of rabbits without a dog. Well, that don't happen anymore because of coyotes, and coyotes get introduced. That really hurt a lot of animal populations, just coyotes. Used to, people coon hunted a lot more. You used to see a lot more dog boxes in the back of people's trucks. They kept the possums down. They kept the coons down. You see a lot more trappers. You don't see that no more. They used to keep the fox and everything else down. Not that they ain't got a right to be here too, just, you know, once they get out of hand, everything else suffers. And then they start starving out, then it's just a never-ending, continuous, vicious cycle. But, so to speak, used to, people would kind of step in there and mow the grass, so to speak, keep a nice, healthy yard. And we ain't really maintaining our yard these days, but whatever. But anyhow, this will be... Here's a few less eggs that'll be ate anyways. Hopefully them quail hunters could do a little better in the future. And there's the finished set. Went ahead and add some more guts to it because it needs some extra bait. Okay, back at the I guess first land set. There's a little ant hill, had a little bit of fur sprinkled on it. Which I didn't tell you nothing come by here last night. Nothing worth anything anyways, because when I said this thing had a hair trigger, I mean it had a hair trigger. You look at the trap set off, and from a distance I was like, well, you know, maybe just an expansion, you know, heating and changing temperatures maybe made it go off by itself. It is a hair trigger, but when I say a hair trigger, I mean a hair trigger. That is a freaking big old rat. Whew. Well, you know, I caught him on the trap line. Hey, we might as well skin him out, I guess. Hey, I don't know how many rat skinning videos are on YouTube. This might be something interesting. Hey, let's get him on out of there and see what the damage is. Oh, you poor thing. There he is. I'm not good you can see that. Bless his heart. He just wrapped all up in there. Still a nice sized rat though. Just goes to show you don't never know what's going to happen. You out there trapping. Hey, you don't even look right. Remember we was out here rabbit hunting one time. Just a side story. Had no dog. She used to be real bad about running rats. And any of y'all that rabbit hunt, I mean, I'm sure y'all have seen that sometime in your life. But she used to be pretty bad about running rats. And I was over in a spot one time, there's a little trail going around the edge of that field. And she run that thing out, and at that time, I was killing so many rabbits that I wanted to make it a challenge, you know. So instead of taking a shotgun, I got to where I was going to take a rifle. Okay. This thing's probably going to go off on me a time or two, so y'all just bear with me. But anyhow, so I had a 17 rifle with me. And I don't know if y'all know much about 17s, but they're a pretty good, pretty bad little gun there on the small critters anyhow. A little more over here. Anyhow, she got on a rat and she run that thing out of there. And I had that old 17 rifle and I just raised up, and it's probably a 20-yard shot, 1 in a million. That rat was running just to get him. And I raised up and I hit that thing running, blew him plumb in half. He was one about like this. I don't know what kind of species this is, but they got a rabbit color to them. At least the way our rabbits look around here. That's just the color pattern of them, I guess. A brown one instead of a light yellow one. But anyways, it's another story another time. But yeah, I went over, I took... I mean, it ain't really something to be proud of, I guess. I mean, it is kind of neat, but... I just remember sending some pictures of that to my friends or whatever. Some of them goofy things you run across, I guess. Well, I need to get some more grass, some more fur, which could use him as bait, but like I said, heck, we might as well make a skinning video, just for craps and giggles. So, anyways, get some more grass, put some coon piss on this, and get on down the line. And there's a finished set. We'll check it tomorrow. Alright, y'all, this set I had a little more faith in, but I just want to show y'all something funny. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but I want you to look right here. As you notice, there's 4 tracks. There's 1, 2, 3, and right there, I don't know if y'all can make that one out too. There's 4. The pan is right there. Now, what happened was, I don't know if y'all know this or not, but when a rabbit walks, he puts his front 2 feet down, and then he overstretches in with his back 2 feet, and that's how he walks, see, like that. Now a rabbit, I don't know why, but a rabbit's feet are always, his front feet are always offset. A squirrel's is always equal. You know, squirrels are smaller than this, but which this was a small rabbit. But either way, y'all, we about got to show y'all a rabbit here this morning. I mean, if he'd have come up one more 3/4 of an inch, he would have got busted right there. But I mean, this wasn't set for rabbits, obviously. He wasn't a target animal for the size of this set here, but y'all, that would have been interesting. But anyway, just figured I'd show that with y'all. I almost got 2 predator sets, and I got a rat and I almost got a rabbit. Well, walking up to my 3rd land set from yesterday, I noticed they look like there'd be a big old bunch of weeds missing right over there, a big circle, so we probably got something. It's a coon. Pretty one, decently pretty. Luckily left me plenty of scent laying around too, so. It ain't as dark as that first, and it's like an in-between from like that gray one in the beginning and that one I got, I think yesterday, yeah, something like that. And I didn't check my dog proofs yet, so I don't know what direction it come from, but if I ain't got one in this other set down here, I'm just going to assume it come from other direction. Could be wrong, but I'm going to get him on the way, because the last thing I want to do is set that and then go. These are some offset jaws, and you see he still chewed his foot off from the ankle down. Now what that means is it was numb. Now I was told that offset jaws would allow the animal's foot to still circulate blood, not go numb. What happens is it gets caught at one spot, and from there down it goes numb. He's in there trying to get out of the trap, trying to chew his way out, chewing on the trap, that hurts his teeth, chewing on, chain, that hurts his teeth. And finally he gets a hold of something, hey, this don't hurt, maybe I'll get out of it chewing on this. He don't realize it's his own foot. And like I said, I was kind of, they didn't have no offset jaws on the Dukes that were the rounded jaws like I had, or like I like. So I got these square jaw offsets. I ain't a big fan of them for a couple of reasons. So I ain't gonna recommend Duke to anybody. But I dang sure ain't gonna recommend offsets or what you call it, or square jaws. I ain't sold on them yet. And round ones I think got a wider catch surface. Not so much a vertical, not so much of a, you know, from the pan to the top, but more of a, you know, wide catch area. They definitely got a bigger pan. So, yeah, I ain't a big fan of square jaws. But anyway, let's get this thing took care of. Okay, untrapping related here, but I just found this up in the tree here. Found a little bird nest. It's winter time, it's obviously empty, but anyway, it's kind of interesting that if it's right there, the trap's right there, and I was just giving a speech about coons being egg eaters. Huh. Kind of ironic if you think about it. And there's a finished set. He raked all these freaking, what you call it, all these busted pieces of weeds and grass and everything else in here when he made his little burn circle or his catch circle. So I just use that as a surrounding and as a backing or whatever. Pretty much they've only got one way to go in. Now granted, I mean, they're wild animals, they got mind of their own, but they can do whatever it wants to. This is just me putting odds in my favor, so use that as a backing and as a blocking or a siding, whatever you want to call that. Now the fur was down in that hole. Ironically, I didn't know where the hole was at, but when I stabbed my the shovel off my little groundhog hammer there in it, I immediately found it. So, like no, I mean perfectly found that hole. So, I guess when it's built in your system, it's built in your system. Just instinctively, that's where I figured it should be, and bam, that's where it was, where I put it the last time, even though it's completely covered up. And when I found it so well, I actually shoved some of the fur deeper into the hole with that little shove or whatever. But I was able to salvage one little piece, put there at the mouth of it, so hopefully that'll be enough. But either way, he's left scent all over here. I still squirted down the trap and everything to cover my scent up, and where I was kneeling at. And rubber boots, that kind of kills all the other scent. But anyways, nope, on down the line. So here we are at the double dam. They've clogged that trap up, pretty sure intentionally, could be wrong. And this trap here, they've completely avoided it once again. So, they've got really smart to the 330 stuff going on here, and I could probably outsmart them doing some really crazy stuff, but they done figured out what a trap is. And like I said, I don't really feel like having to drown one. So, I've got 5 out of this creek. So I'm probably going to pull these 2 up. I'll still leave that one up there, and I'll leave that dog proof up there, which they were both empty today, but I'll leave them there in case one of them gets a little bit of a wandering bone. And I'll leave that dog proof over there too. So, probably relocate these 2 to somewhere else, or heck, I may just put them in the truck, I don't know. But these beavers have definitely learned what a trap is over here. Okay, road is the other side of that thick stuff over there. There's a creek here, or a branch, whatever you want to call it. Branch here, branch down yonder, 2 branches behind me, so that's a total of 4. And I've got 4 dog proofs left. I was thinking about going some other areas and setting them, but heck, I got 4 little fingers here I can need to cut them off on. I'm trying to put them semi-close to the road, that way I can check them quick, you know. This old trap line's starting to eat up about 4 or 5 hours a day, so I'm going to set a few more, but I'm going to try to limit it a little bit. Anyways, I got a hill right there, some thick crap on top of it, dog proof here. Now, there's a couple of trails like there, and there. Not heavy trails, but they're all meeting up into this area. And then over here, you got that definite, where they actually all meet up. It's kind of wore down right there, hugging the creek. Going out that way, there's some other little trails, like right over in there. Kind of hard to tell either side of that grass. And then a couple of trails going up that way. So it's just a good little pinch point. And like I said, the wind's kind of going that direction. So if I put it on this side, putting the coon piss on it, hopefully it'll do the same thing. But either way, fix and do that 3 more times. Yeah, I said piss on that last creek. There's actually 2 little dips down here, but they wasn't enough water, and I didn't see any really good trails or anything, so whatever's coming down here is probably going out through that field, and I don't want to put it too close to field edges. But either way, they're bone dry, so I ain't got no faith in it. Didn't see no water, didn't see no tracks, so anyways. So I'm going on back, but I figured I'd bring up a little something here. This week, I don't know if I made mention of it earlier. I said I was going to try to lose a little weight or whatever. Nothing bad. I got a little pooch down there right about my belly button. So anyways, I've been working on getting rid of that, and all I've been doing is, I told myself I was going to make a challenge of just living off the trap line, so to speak, which heck, first day caught 4 beavers, so it wasn't much of a challenge. But, so what I've been doing is first day I didn't eat nothing. I just went on through the day. I was so wound up, just ready to go. I didn't really need nothing anyhow. But anyways, that second day, you know, I ate a back leg off the beaver, and that's pretty much what I've been eating is beaver. So I'm just pretty much just going to eat straight meat through the whole week, whatever I can catch, whatever I can scrounge up, try different things, and see what kind of weight I can lose. And it's the 5th day. I think I've already lost like 6 pounds, so it works. Just seen some kind of weird bird out there in the field, but anyhow. So yeah, it's working pretty good. I'm walking my butt off and setting traps, just having a good old time, enjoying it. Eating good, lean, healthy meat. But I guess what I was getting at was, if y'all like to see the way my woman can cook it, leave a comment or something. Well, we might make a video about that kind of stuff. A little bit of water there. Okay, well, back with y'all shortly. Man, what a hole. That ain't the first time I've said that. Okay, road, creek, a little trail coming crossing the creek. There's another one just a little bit that way too, you can't hardly see it, but anyhow. So a little bit of a 4-way right here. Ain't the best head trap in the world, but at least got the wind in my favor. And you can't see it over there, and there's a little trail coming in through there, a little trail right through there. So, somewhat of a hot spot. Either way, on down. Okay, I think this is a first little creek or swamp, or whatever you want to call it. I think I said I was going to set some dog proofs at, like on set day. But anyhow, right here, that trail is easy to pick up on camera. I know I can see that one. I know y'all should be able to see that one. Trail that way, trail that way. There's a field edge right here coming down, and behind me, you see it kind of hooks around. It's a little bit wet in the field, just a little bit. You can see it there and there, and it opens up in the field there, as opposed to having all these beans and stuff over here, which I don't know how good y'all can see that on camera, but you see some of the taller grass and stuff. So between them not wanting to walk between the weeds and sometimes not wanting to get their feet wet, right there is a good location. Because they can just kind of cut a corner and go around, then go hit them pines, or go to the left them pines, where they're going to do. Unless it's a coon searching the water. But either way, I've got 1, 2, 3, basically 4 trails meeting up right here. So I guess we're going to put down a couple of dog proofs right here and go from there. Okay, set 1 behind this little bit of a hump and weeds or whatever. So people walking down the field ain't going to spot it as easy. Also, I noticed this trail goes plumb through there and out into that other field, so that's always a good thing too. Hopefully I can pinch them off right here. But anyways, that's set 1 on this creek. Okay, right up there at that forked tree was kind of where all the traps met up. Or not traps, but trails met up. Anyways, went across the creek. I got one set just right over there, maybe 10 yards. Over here, you can see a very, very wore down trail. Kind of hooks up through there, and I know you can't see it on camera, but it goes back that way and hooks back into the field. So I put this trap right here in between that trail, leading towards where all them other ones bud up at, pretty close to this field over here, and next to this water. I even splashed some water on it, made it a little shiny, a little better eye feel right here in a little scrape looking spot. But that's the last of my dog proof sets out, and that's probably where they'll be until end of season. Unless I move at I don't know, that little exercise set. I'm thinking about relocating that day, but we'll see. Well, random thought here. a random joke. Let's go with random joke. Give you some scenery while we're driving around. Now, a long time ago, I was getting in trapping a little bit, you know, kind of starting out. I've been trapping since I was 12, so. Anyways, I was telling my granny about some of that, and she ended up telling me a trapping joke. I don't know if y'all hear a lot of them or not, but ain't an overly funny one. It's definitely a clean one, so. But anyways, it went something like this. There's a old coon walking along, and he comes up and sees a possum in a trap. And the possum looks up and says, "Coon, what am I going to do? How am I going to get out of this trap?" And he said, "We got to chew your foot off." He said, "Thanks, Coon." And Coon walked off, went about doing his business. But later on that day or evening, next day, whatever, sometime later, old Coon walks back by and that possum's still in that trap. And he asked, and he said, "Why are you still in there?" That possum looked up and said, "Coon, you lied to me." Coon said, "How'd I do that?" And the possum said, "I done chewed off 3 of my feet and I'm still in this thing." Yeah, I know, don't quit my day job. Alabama earth anchor puller right there now. Okay, if y'all are done drilling over my farmer's stand, yeah, the water level totally screwed things up here. I mean, I was almost getting a booter every day that I walked across that thing, so I just pulled the dog proof over there, pulled it over here, pulled both 330s. I think I got them all right there. Anyways, like right here, even in this little curve right here, there's just ate up with algae. They're not even coming down here anymore. The beavers ain't. I mean, I ain't even caught a coon out of this thing. So, and I'm not dead certain what that is right there. Almost like a muskrat hole, but either way, there's even algae around that. So, fixing to change location just ain't doing me much good. Besides exercise, but we already had that discussion. My memory's doing that for me. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Another beaver caught. They're going the same way, coming this way from downstream, I guess. Now that one yesterday, I noticed a few little bite marks on, no big deal, whatever. When I was skinning that thing last night, the only thing I can say is that another beaver come up and just went Zulu on him. That's all I can really. I mean, it looked horrible. His back, I mean, his hide looked like Swiss cheese. I mean, it's like he just took a bunch of, looked like he shot him with buckshot 4 or 5 times instead of using steel balls. It was just beaver teeth instead of buckshot. I mean, it looked horrible. I should have recorded it, but that'll be a video way in the future, I guess. But whenever I take it back out of the freezer. But my goodness, it looked rough. Well, let's get this one out. Just a little side note here. Now, last year I only got to trap this just a couple days. The state come in here with a big track hoe right over there, right in that little open spot, right behind that bush you can't see. Anyways, they come right in here and they tore all this crap out. And they just barely, I mean, I had a trap in the exact same location, but it just barely missed my trap. But anyways, so I didn't get a whole lot of experience with this dam last year. Well, I got to trap it extensively, pretty good so far. I mean, what is this, 5 days? Yeah, I think so. Anyhow, I got to trap this pretty extensively. And I was wondering why this is working so well with beaver coming from that direction. And this could be wrong about this, but I literally just thought about this. There's this other stick right here. And it's kind of a bigger stick. So I wonder if them beaver come swimming down the creek and trying to head up. they see this stick dive down, maybe pop their head back up thinking, oh crap, there's more stuff, so they dive right back down without even thinking about it. I wonder if that has an effect on, or if it just makes them dive down and hug the bottom the whole way up. I don't know. I mean, if that be the case, because they can't really see the set because their heads are real close to the water anyways. Okay, and that's a bigger stick. It's bigger than, it's further off the water than this stick is. So I wonder if having your dive stick that far back from the bank, like I've got it right here, makes them just hurry up and hit the bottom and stay on the bottom. Cause I've seen beavers do that stuff before, like if you're out there shooting at them or whatever, during legal daylight hours. But anyways, let's say you're out there shooting at beaver. I've seen them try to get up on the bank before, a wounded beaver try to get on the bank. They'll stay at the bottom and get right at the edge and then go up. You know, mostly wounded. Wounded ones are the ones that do that the most. You know, regular beaver, you shoot at him, he'll go underwater, and 5-10 seconds later pop his head up. He'll just be sitting there ready, you know. But anyways, not that I've shot at a bunch of them, per se. But I wonder if they come swimming down through this creek. Can't see this set because it's got a little stick over it. See that big one, dive under it, stay on the bottom until they decide that they're going to come up right here anyways. Cause that first one, I don't know which way he got caught because he done like kicking and everything, but the last two have been anchored right here and they've both been coming this way. Speaking of which, I didn't even check this one's back yet. I'm kind of curious how that turned out. I said the other one looked like he got the whole Zulu took on him. This one don't look bad, about a little 2-year-old or whatever. 25-ish pounds or so. Not that big of a tail. But anyways, I got one more set, and then I gotta get on to the house, start cutting up some deer. Well, I was walking along and I looked down and said a cuss word, not because of being scared, just out of shock. Now I've seen, well, it's a totally different type of jar right there. So I don't know what the deal with that is. But I looked down, and I kid you not, I seen a dog proof down here. I think it's a duke. Because it's a pull only, ain't like a Z-trap. Looks like somebody took time to dye it too. It's got some scratches on it. It's just a straight bar, and I don't know if y'all can see that or not. I got it's rusty too. Holy crap. Now if y'all know what kind it is, let me know, but I've never ever found a trap out on a public land. Except one time next to their game warden station, but it's one they had set out for the beaver, a little 330, but y'all, that's some crazy crap right there. I've never seen that before. Might also explain why I'm not catching no freaking coon down here. But either way, it ain't got no name tag or nothing, so sorry whoever this used to belong to. But I mean, what are the odds of that? I've never ever found a trap down here at all. But like I said, besides that game warden one, but man, what are the odds of that? I mean, that shocks me more than I guess anything else I've seen this week. Huh. There's probably, 4 or 5 trappers in this whole county, and it's extremely rare to run across the marks of another one. Unless it's just somebody, messing around, just trying to do some stuff, not like an actual trapper, but anyhow, I got dog proof, everybody, so yay. Okay, I take it back. It's got a little name tag down here around the base. They done throw, I don't know if it's smart or sissy, it's one of the two, depending on how you look at it. But either way, I'm going to try to contact that person now, see how they lost it. But either way, I just had to correct myself on that. Like I admit when I'm wrong. Yeah, dragging works too. Anyways, fixing to call this guy. See what's going on. Hey, I found a trap with this trap tag on, a little dog proof down here at Mud Creek, or I guess over near Green Tree. Either way, I'm trying to get it back to you if you don't mind. you can just call him back and we can go from there. Okay. And of course, I'm going to edit out his name, his voicemail, and my number, so for y'all's sake. Okay, trapping tip of the day. If you do a lot of, well, let me put this. If you do a fur off from the truck sets, you're going to run into fur off from the truck distances. And that's going to involve a lot of walking. A lot of walking means you're going to rub the crap out of your heels. And most of my socks, you can't tell, but they're got holes all up in here, and usually the heel's missing out. But anyways, a little trick. You can either put them little old, I don't know, look like a pad, I guess for the heel. So we're going to call them a heel pad. I don't know what they're called, but instead of buying heel pads, if you're going to be cheap about it, put your little thing of duct tape right there. That'll save you a lot of wear and tear on your heels there. That kind of rhyme. But either way, trapping tip of the day. Okay, well I guess that's the end of day 5 right there. I mean, it's one of the weirdest bags I guess I've ever got. Between the rat and the dog proof and just 3 animals right there. That's a interesting little day, Starting to get to me a little bit. Not in a bad way, just doing all that walking, all that bull crap, instead to come back and, you know, starting 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, not getting done until about 1 or 2 in the morning. So starting the AM and you end in the AM, that's a rough day right there, let me tell you. But this is day 5, so tomorrow we'll finally be over the halfway point. This was the halfway point of all the check days. You know, the first day's a set day, so wait a minute. No, that'd only be 4, wouldn't it? 4 check days, 1 set day, yep. So anyway, now y'all know.